The city of Tshwane gathered industry experts and role players in the energy space this week as the country ushers in a new administration to move South Africa forward. The country has made significant progress to overcome the rolling blackouts that have characterized the local economy for the past 15 years. The energy sector is the bedrock of the country's economy, and calls for policy certainty continue to grow louder going into the government of national unity.
What is important from a policy point of view is certainty and stability. That is very important, that what government is currently doing in terms of the policy framework, that there is no significant disruptions around that, because the investors and other players in this space are looking for that.
The country has legislation in place. Among those is the Renewable Energy Master Plan. The Energy Council believes the country must tap into a mixed bag of technology and energies in championing integration for the future.
We do have a mixed bag, a view of a mixed bag of technologies and the different forms of energy and the role that they can play jointly. I know that the new legislation will require the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy to provide or produce an integrated energy plan. They currently produce an integrated resource plan which focuses very much on the provision of electricity. So in future we're going to see this integrated energy plan that looks at how all the different forms of energy can come in, the role they play.
The South African Independent Power Producers Association believes the formation of a multi-party governance presents an opportunity for collaboration. The body is also calling for policy certainty and is urging the President to speedily sign the Electricity Regulations Amendment Bill into law to accelerate energy security. The bill will allow for independent power producers to access the country's electricity grid.
Electricity Regulation Amendment Bill has been passed by both houses of Parliament. It's been sitting on the President's desk. There are certain things that should actually be implemented a little bit later, but it's about to be implemented, and that provides the legislative framework for the unbundling of Eskom, the creation of the National Transmission Company of South Africa, in electricity parlance, the TSO, the Transmission System Operator. That is the owner of the grid, the facilitator, the system operator, and the market.
There are also talks of the country building on its energy infrastructure with a future skills base in mind.
We also have, for instance, our South Africa Renewable Energy Master Plan, which is a very, very good document. It was very consultative, which talks to how we see South Africa progressing in terms of our renewable energy builds over the years and what we want to achieve. Things like jobs in the areas where we're going to decommission coal plants. So for instance, in Mpumalanga is highlighted as a hotspot for job creation for young people particularly. So that's sitting in the SARM.
Energy experts believe this will be a tough balancing act as to who occupies what position, with expectations being that of a continuation in policy around energy and the economy.
So South Africa finds itself in uncharted territory, right? This is the first time where the policy will be decided by this government of national unity. One assumes that there will be some kind of a continuation, but of course when you have numerous parties coming on board, you then have to sacrifice certain experiences for, maybe what is more popular, and you need to balance what the economy wants versus what people want. Our economy literally relies on the electricity, and this is why we have seen such low to zero economic growth over the last decade, purely because the electricity is not there.
Municipalities like the city of Tshwane are also pushing for energy independence from Eskom, and they are hopeful that their efforts will align with plans of the government of national unity. All eyes are now on policymakers to lead the charge in securing the country's energy future, with role players in the energy space calling for investments in energy security and policies that will reform the energy sector, roll out infrastructure, strengthen the economy and create well-needed jobs. Katlego Logodi, SABC News in Pretoria.